Every good teacher knows the impact and importance of education. It isn't just about learning, reading, writing and arithmetic at school. Instead, formal education is about gaining the knowledge and the skills needed to become a better person and create a better society to live in. A proper education sets people up to grow personally, professionally and socially. It can awaken joy, curiosity and a deep desire to solve problems and help others. Teaching learners can inspire them to pursue leadership roles and positively impact those around them. Thungela is fully aware of this and has committed itself to the importance of formal education by investing and assisting leadership skills within local communities. This is done by sponsoring and supporting various programs and workshops to assist both learners and educators. Mamsima Hlangu is the circuit manager for Emalahleni Circuit 1. She manages 35 schools in the Thungela district of the Mpumalanga province. The circuit comprises 29 public schools, a mixture of primary schools and secondary schools, and one combined school.
There's a saying that goes, education is a societal matter, which means if it can only be us in the education sector dealing with education, we will not succeed. But the involvement of the other stakeholders outside education is very important because the government does not have all the resources that we need to assist the learners. That is where business is coming in. Where we can't reach, then the public sector comes in and assists us. Then we are able to assist the learners and they are able to perform because schools are about performance and to make better the lives of the very communities where they're coming from.
One of the many benefits of education is that it can broaden a young person's horizons, helping them understand more about other cultures and the corners of the world beyond the school door. It starts at a young age. Thungela has invested in this area with a program known as Early Child Development, ECD.
3, 4, 5. The ECD course helped me very well, especially with the classroom layout. I know my classroom is a bit small, but when the activity for that layout is there, I make sure that I lay it out so that the kids can learn accordingly, according to the theme and everything. Also, the ECD course helped me with the themes, how to follow up the themes, how the themes go with each other, how to integrate the elders, how you can help the kids learn mathematics through learning about keeping clean, all about me, family, animals and stuff, how you can help them know about the world through the themes, like they are integrating, they work well together. So it really helped me very well.
They've taught us to do things with our hands. We learned exactly, we thought that we have to buy everything at a preschool, but we also learned how to make things, specifically chats for the classroom. So it was really enriching, and they've also taught us that there are actually some things that are not really important in the classroom. So we just have to get rid of because they are not important. But as a teacher, sometimes you see a picture and you love the picture. You think, wow, I'm going to use this on the classroom. Then you take it and you paste it on a wall. But they told us, no, you can use that maybe for teaching the kids, but not for putting it on the wall. So they taught us that there is a specific number of charts that is supposed to be displayed on the wall. You don't just paste anything that you come across.
Very good, you see?
Thungela Resources and Anglo-American is part of the Anglo-American Education Program, a program that aims to provide inclusive and quality education for all children living close to the AASA operations. This is done through equipping and enhancing learning skills for learners, teachers, principals, school management teams and school governing bodies through learning and coaching programs. The program starts with the Early Child Development ECD, also covers primary school, then secondary schools.
At first, I was scared of a change of course, But being in this program is very good. It's a good experience of a lifetime. It encourages the positive and actively engagement of the learners.
A person or a school that is in the program and a school that is not in the program, there is a very, very big difference. In terms of achievement and improving the results, since the project came in, the school as well has upped its performance.
The challenges before is we had learners who couldn't write and read, and we found them in grade 3. But now with the ASA program, our learners are improving bit by bit.
AASA has proved to be a huge success, with schools seeing a vast improvement in their results. This is true for Gekombineerde School Ogies, where a 100% pass rate was achieved in 2021. Kamogelo was the learner from Gekombineerde School who got 6 distinctions and is now at Wits University studying actual science, but it was not always so.
2017 and 2018 were not good years for us. We dropped from 80 plus to 47% grade 12, because that's a yardstick. Then 2018, we further dropped to 34%. That was the real cause for concern. The improvement in 2021 was the number of learners who achieved a bachelor's. One of the learners is at Wits. First time it's a history of the school. One flew to Cape Town, UCT, and one is at UJ, one of the learners who did well in maths and physics. Also opened doors for the learners who are coming behind, because they can see the benefits.
Thank you.
As part of the program, independent coaches are commissioned to the school, where they assess teachers' performances and skills in the classroom, and then provide solutions to some of the teachers' challenges.
When the coaches come to our school, they come as colleagues, not really as coaches. They do help us a lot. They give us a lot of tips. Sometimes they take over a class so that they can see how a certain thing can be done, how a class can be best managed if they see that you have a weakness. And then they also involve you in workshops and things like that so that you can grow as a teacher.
Since I started coaching, I find that we deal with a lot of the under-resourced schools, which means that the teachers have a big challenge in terms of resources, materials, in terms of the class management, because the classes are so full, they are overloaded. So I found that when we as coaches come in, we bring in a lot of input in terms of, for instance, materials for the teachers to use in class, because they don't have enough books. So when we bring in the materials, the teachers are able to go about with their lessons and cover as much of the curriculum as possible.
I envy them so much, the English teachers, and I wish, and I've always tried to talk to the ASA coaches that if it were possible, can they please extend the program also to the FET phase and even to other subjects as well, so that the teachers can benefit from their interaction with ASA.
The effectiveness of the people who are coming to assist educators, I think they were well trained in terms of presenting what they present.
We've really benefited a lot. Your first startup project, we're always ready when the year starts. And then financially, we are now financially sound. Our SGPs have also got benefited, as well as the teachers. So ASA program has really helped us a lot. It's unfortunate that it has come to an end, or it will be ending soon, because really it was benefiting us a lot. Even the learners, in terms of maths and science, as well as English, they were benefiting.
Thungela also invests in the Incubator Learner Program, which is designed to give school learners from grades 10 to 12 in the Hart-Sibande district The opportunity to have a supplementary education to improve their results in mathematics, life sciences, physical science and English subjects. Star schools have been given the task to manage Thungela's Incubator program, commonly known as FET, Further Education and Training.
Thungela is a partner with the Department of Education. So in this involvement, what they are doing, they are investing into the community where they are actually operating by giving a supplementary education. So they appointed star schools to give that supplementary education on Saturdays to the community. So their involvement in actual sense, it's funding the project on Saturdays and over school holidays. So instead of them just playing around over the weekend, they will be kept busy with something that is valuable for their future. So it takes learners out of the streets and bring them into a venue wherein they can prepare for their future.
So Thungela gives us that extra opportunity when we have extra classes for learners, so that we cover every aspect of the annual teaching plan. So it helps us from grade 10, grade 11, grade 12.
I entered Star School when I was in grade 10. So last year it was my second year. So Star School, it's based in physical sciences. Like, I like physical science. It's my favorite subject, and mathematics, and they are good at it. And mathematics, all the subjects that they cheat, they are just good, and they what can I say? They produce good results, and I'm a testimony on that.
The learners in the area were doing well, but not notably well. But since the program came, we managed to even produce learners that are celebrated in the area. Last year, in 2020 results, we produced the best learner in the province. And the year before that one, also in 2019, we produced another best learner, those who got 300 out of 300 in both maths and science, coming from the project. So that's the impact of the project in the area.
I started attending the program in 2020 when I was doing grade 10. So before the program, I wasn't achieving this kind of good grades, you know. I was getting such level 2s in physics and level 3 in maths. But ever since I started attending the program in 2020, I've improved my marks. It's really helped me a lot, because I was even hating physical science, of which when I started attending the program, I saw that it's just an interesting subject.
Teaching and learning are not the only important aspects of education. The environment in which students learn is also important. Thungela contributes in improving the infrastructure of some schools. One such school is the Pepete Primary School.
This marriage of the school with Thungela Resources started long ago. I remember in 2016, the Thungela Resources donated 105 pairs of school uniform, which includes the shirts, trousers, socks, shoes, and the school bags with stationery. And in 2019, Thungela Resources donated a block of 3 classrooms with also the guardhouse and the ablution blocks of toilets. We've got 19 classrooms built in asbestos, which is inappropriate structure, and we've got 10 classrooms built in mortar, which was built by the department. And then Thungela Resources came to our rescue and added 3 classrooms. I must say that the classrooms that are built by Thungela Resources exceeded the standard of these norms and standard for basic infrastructure and capacity in public schools. And when we check the sizes of these classrooms, met the standard of the department, because the department has got its standard. I want to see the school getting rid of the asbestos classes, because it's unhealthy for the learners as well as for the teachers.
Special thanks to the hardworking team members of Thungela Resources that is silently working behind the scenes to make sure that we have tools and resources that are required to take care of our education. It is never in the spotlight, yet they are with us every single moment, making sure that we are taken care of in our individual needs. Thank you for the classrooms that are conducive for teaching and learning. Thank you for the school uniform. We are no longer ashamed amongst other learners. Thank you for the school furniture. Thank you for the vouchers to buy our learning resources. We value all the dedication, ensuring that our education is running smooth, and we promise that we are going to work hard to make you proud and believe in us. Your efforts are highly appreciated. Thank you once more again.
The Thungela operations, to some extent, does rely on the skills supply from the community, and where there is a shortage, they play a role in developing those skills to improve employability within the local communities. IT skills development has gathered momentum within local communities, with the IT Training Center in Paula, which provides community-based computer literacy courses of up to 20 students at a time. Since its inception in 2018, it has trained numerous local Paula residents.
This computer center firstly initiated in 2018 in focusing in the community from around Paula, because we have noticed that there are people who are high rate of unemployment in Paula, whereas there are mines from around. So we decided to start this program in order to make changes to the community so that we can teach them that not only opportunities are found at the mines, opportunities can also be found at other institutions. Thungela came in to fund us so that we can proceed with the training to continue helping unemployed youth and anyone who is interested in enrolling with us. At Thungela, I can say they care too much about the community since they are mining from around our community. So it's very important for them to make sure that they give back to the community so that everyone can benefit. Here's the benefits of what Thungela is giving. The course length is 6 weeks, which makes 1 month, 2 weeks. After that, the student is going to be issued with a competence certificate that the student can apply at any institution to work as an administrator. I have almost 3 people who are working at Sbongindao, which is the primary school in Velg. I have got 3 students, 3 previous students from the very same center. They are working at Mabande Comprehensive, which is the very same school. I have got 6 students who are working at clinic. They qualified because of our certificate right here. So I would like to say Thungela must continue sponsoring this community with more training developments like this one. Because since it has been running for almost 5 years now, many people encourages me to keep this training going and going and going. So I would like them to come up with more ideas on how they can provide training for my community, which is Paula.
Another center that offers computer literacy training is in Sikululiwe, a village close to the Mafube colliery.
The students, they are from the village, the Skululiwe village. Some of them are from the surrounding areas and farms. It's very hard to find students around the farms and the village with computer skills. So with the help of Mafube, we are able to give them the computer skills. It's very challenging sometimes because you have to teach them everything from scratch, like how to turn on the computer, how to shut down the computer, like what are the components in the computer called, like everything from scratch. It's very challenging sometimes. They've been here for the space of 6 weeks and they're doing 7 modules. So each module, I try to do 2 modules in a week. So it's more reasonable for them because they got assessed every Friday. So from Monday to Thursday, I make sure that they know 2 modules from 7 modules that they're doing. It's a quick module, by the way. Some of them, they find it interesting because they stay here for the whole 6 weeks. Some of them, maybe they get bored along the course and they drop out. That's the most challenging we're facing. And then some of them, they just here because they don't have anywhere else to be.
The investment in developing critical skills on the mine, such as heavy machine operators, is very evident as seen at the Greenside Colliery.
I never drove a machinery, so I wanted to take a chance to work in the mine to operate. That's why I applied. Everyone takes women's like it's a housewife that is working on the house, so I take the chances. Me, I have a confidence that I'm not that woman who's gonna be always on the house. I want to experience everything in the mine or everything that is happening on the machines.
At first, I don't want to lie, I was scared when I saw the big trucks. It was the first time. But what interests me a lot is it's the same as you operate your car, but the difference is big. I've learned a lot. I want to go and do more because they do give us opportunity. If you want to grow yourself, then you go to training center, ask them about what you want to do, what step you want to take, then you go forward and grow yourself.
This is the Goedehoop Colliery.
The Goedehoop Colliery's life of mine ends in 2024. So our main drive at the moment is to bring the current projects to an end, upskill the community so by the time we close down, they can still be self-sufficient and create their own jobs going forward. So it's all about sustainability for them. Currently, projects we've got on the run, skills development, and that's where we were heavily involved in the early childhood development. We physically trained a lot of the parents and people helping with raising kids and looking after kids so that they got the skills and the qualifications to go forward. And then the skills development, 49 youth participants were enrolled in our local FET, and there we trained them up with skills like looking after cattle, all sorts of skills that they can actually use, and when we close down, we know the community can actually look after themselves and it's sustainable for them as well.
Our most recent and current projects involve several further education and training courses, ranging from civil engineering, water management, meat classification, agriculture, to try and give people practical skills that would give them an opportunity to be employed within the local area. We are very, very keen proponents of the N courses because, as you know, these are the gateways to artisan training and development, which can really help people put a first foot into the formal employment sector.
Not every student is a matric. It's a what you call a university material, you know. And most of the time, most companies they look at the A's students and what so forth. But these ones, you find that they did pass, but they did not pass like an A. So now it means a lot to them because it feels like someone cares about them. It feels that they're not being forgotten. So that is why it meant a lot to them. And some of them got into an extent to get a driver's license. Some of them also got stipend. And that stipend, someone might take it for granted and say, what are they going to do? That stipend assists that child to buy toiletries, to bath herself or himself, to come to school. That stipend assists that learner to come and buy lunch to school. The very same stipend, you won't believe it, it also buy groceries for those child, just to indicate how important it was for them to participate and benefit out of the scholarship program.
I'm coming from a small town called Extension 24. It's sort of a rural town. Then I passed my matric in 2013. Then after that, I didn't further my studies because of financial difficulties. Then I saw an advert for this scholarship on Facebook. I tried my luck. I applied. I got the opportunity to study water treatment practice, and well, I've done very well. I started on N2 and now I've got my N4, and also I'm adding an electrical trade on top of the water so that one day I can be a water engineer.
It helped me explore in other fields that I didn't think that I'd be able to manage. I was doing life sciences at school, so a different field, an engineering field, was a whole completely different thing. So it helped me to strengthen my strengths and help me to see my weaknesses here and there.
This scholarship, it really helped me. I really appreciate it because right now I'm pursuing my dream.
Let us continue to do more. Our young people depend on us. Our young people depend on us to work together with them without even judging them where they are coming from, which qualifications do they have. It doesn't matter a person which qualification they have or which level of study do they have. But what is important is that they are human beings. They deserve an opportunity. Everyone deserves an opportunity. Everyone deserves a second chance. Let us also make sure that such an opportunity, they come back again, because indeed they really make a difference in our society.
Thungela Resources is committed to improving access to basic healthcare to the communities around their operations. This is Sikhululiwe village, a hamlet east of the Middelburg and close to the Mafube colliery. It is an agricultural village that comprises of about 450 houses and is home to more or less 500,000 inhabitants. Mpendulo Ndimande and Zinhle Nkosi are two healthcare workers based at the nearby newly built clinic. They are paying a visit to Gogo Mina, a local resident of Sikhululiwe. She is hard of hearing and has eyesight problems.
Bathi ubachazela ukuthi lento iqale nini, uthole nini ukuthi unenkinga yendlebe, and then usizakele kuphi ekliniki. After usizakele ekliniki, wafaka ama-eardrum, umuphi umehluko obe nawo. Wena batshele nge-Afrikaans, ukhulume nge-Afrikaans.
These house visits have become more and more frequent to the residents of Sikhululiwe. Since the completion of a modern clinic which was built by Thungela Resources in partnership with the Department of Health and was donated to serve the Sikhululiwe village and surrounding farming communities. The donation was made in October 2019.
I'm speaking of something like 20 kilometers. They had to hike to access the next clinic, the next available clinic. And they also had to rely on the provincial mobile clinic, which only comes once in a month. So hence I'm saying Mafube has really intervened in this particular manner of bringing health services to the doorstep of our communities.
An essential infrastructure project that Thungela built and donated to the Mpumalanga government is the TB Hospital of Witbank, located in Ackerville. This is a day facility of outpatients mainly, but also includes a 16-bed unit for hospitalization and longer stays. The project was completed in 2019.
The relationship has been long before Thungela emerged from the Anglo-American, and not only to this hospital, but to the whole department. Time to time, Anglo will donate ambulances and also big clinic across the province, and that has been the honor that we've been receiving. And for us to get the state-of-the-art hospital that is 16-bedded, it was really an honor, and we know that through the weights of the board of the Thungela indicated that the business can't survive without government, and vice versa, government can't survive without the business. So that has been really the good contribution in terms of social corporate investment from the Anglo or Thungela to provide service to the community of Mpumalanga. The need for the new building was really long overdue. Looking at the infrastructure of the hospital, it's really very, very old. I think we are now on the 65th year in terms of looking at the back when it was established.
I spent my time here for 2 weeks. It's a great facility. Also, the medication is taking its place, and we're probably recovering from the virus that we have. The staff is great when it comes to the nurses and it comes to the cleaners till up down.
With the state of the art, once they've cleaned, you can see right now someone was here. So it's really putting the morale across the spectrum of all the clinical groups. It's either your doctor, your nurses, your general assistants, even patients as well. So they feel like they're at home. The board, together with the Thungela executives, made a contribution of 1.5. That was to buy the mobile X-ray machine that is in our facility as we are speaking. And they see a need, since we are a TB hospital, it's a chest hospital. Therefore, time to time, there's a need that we need to do the X-ray or looking at the patients in totality. Very few hospitals in South Africa do have such a kind of machine. No, I think the future of the hospital is bright. Now as a department is in process of doing the rationalization across the province, but as a hospital we are ready for any change that is coming. So we know that TB is one of the leading causes of death in South Africa. So the TB space will always be occupied by these hospitals, and will still continue providing research in conjunction with University of Pretoria, and I think the future is bright for the hospital and for the colleagues to explore.
Waste management is an essential service that is expected from all functioning municipalities. eMalahleni is no exception. The visibility of such waste management trucks ensures that the municipality is run at optimal levels as far as waste management goes to the communities in the region. Thungela donated a state-of-the-art load lugger truck to the city of eMalahleni. It is soon to be commissioned.
It helps us to reduce our capital expenditure budget, in the sense that in the normal course of event, we would have had to set aside a budget for those tools and equipments that have been donated by the mines. And in this case, it means that we save a lot from that capital expenditure budget. But secondly, it helps to enhance our visibility on site, on the real theatre of action of service delivery. It's where communities visibly can see those trucks being deployed to their various areas of living, branded with those particular mining houses that would have helped us in terms of that donation. And that becomes the huge sigh of relief and appreciation by various members of the community. And they can see the mining sector drawing itself closer to the communities on day-to-day basis. So that's the impact that you will have. It's your visibility as Thungela and those communities which we would have donated those trucks to help them on a regular basis to bring about healthy environmental and living standards for them.
The trip to Lebohang is about 35 kilometers west of Secunda. It is situated in the Gert Sibande district in Mpumalanga. It forms part of the Govan-Beki municipality. It has a rapid growing population and expansion. Because of this growth and its aging infrastructure took strain and necessitated the laying of a sewage pipeline several kilometers long. The new pipeline formed part of the Thungela's numerous infrastructure projects. The executive mayor of Secunda explains.
The first thing that we have as a crisis as the municipality is the issue of old infrastructure and growth in terms of population, because people are moving in or are migrating from different areas for better opportunities into our areas. One of those areas is Lebohang Township, where we have quite a vast community, and that community is therefore unfortunately growing at a rapid rate, which the infrastructure that we have is unfortunately beyond its capacity, and unfortunately we have surpassed that capacity. It is for that reason that we thought it would be necessary for all of us to come together, work with our partners in ensuring that we create infrastructure that is sustainable and suitable for conditions that are better for our communities, since we all know that sanitation is part of human rights. It is for that reason that we appreciate Thungela for coming on board and assisting us with this particular project. Now, this is a network that is going to be able to consume a couple of megaliters, and the number of households I can't be very exact because we are currently going to develop about 5 extensions. Therefore, the project will assist thousands of households, and with those that are coming, they will also benefit from the project.
A young entrepreneur that went through the Zimele program is Duduzile Sibanyoni. She gives the highs and lows of the program.
I've learned how to tackle business and how to tackle the work environment as a whole, in business environment where they taught us how to start to create our business plan, how for it to be an impact to where you are going to set a proposal, for it to be an impact where you are going to bring it to people and tell people of what you are about.
This is Kagiso's car wash, which is situated in Mataileni, Mhluzi, on the outskirts of Middelburg. It is from this humble dwelling that Kagiso Sibaya operates and runs his business. He is the product of the Zimele SMME development program that has helped him further develop his entrepreneurial skills.
My involvement with Thungela has actually taught me a lot in terms of looking at your business from an outside perspective and looking at other revenue sources of how can you make money, where are we spending too much on money. You know, they showed me that I'm actually working backwards in buying material because I buy materials that are too expensive, and when I check on a weekly or monthly basis, I make a small portion amount of money, so I can't actually buy the material again. That's why, so what they have taught me is to actually look at other sources you can use in your business to make money or generate revenue.
So there's a lot of ideas in terms of how to market it. The management side of business, it's also a difficult challenge for me because I also have to be working inside the business. Then at times I have to manage the business. So it gets difficult from time to time to juggle with these both things. And I oftenly get lost in the working part of the business more the time.
Askin Muswana is a successful entrepreneur from Emalahleni. He tells us what he gained from the Zimele program.
You may be skilled in one area and not be, as proficient in another area, like marketing. I don't know how to market my business, but through the program, I've got insights into, what, I should be doing, like in terms of, in exposing my business, like, to opportunities.
Blinkman, a small mining village close to the Goedehoop colliery and 35 kilometers south of Middelburg. It is here that Giliboni Mashilwani operates and owns a laundry service. She washes by hand, relies on the sun to dry the washing, and all she has is a domestic iron. She acquired her business skills through the Zimele project.
I applied like last year. I had to fill in, there was some questions of where do I want to see myself, growth and mentorship, that kind of stuff. I think I've grown a bit because I was scared to travel and I've always been scared to start. So I finally found the courage to start, and although it's a bit slow and sometimes it's discouraging, but I'm still trying to push. I work alone at this moment. Normally, on a normal day, I wake up in the morning. Then maybe if I have a client from Middelburg, I try to organize transport. Then I go to that particular address and pick up the clothes. I wash them and then I iron them and fold them again and then take them back to the owner. Normally, it takes a day or two. I'm just grateful for this opportunity because if it wasn't for it, I don't think I would have started. And I didn't think, when I applied, I didn't think that I was going to be accepted. So I'm grateful for this opportunity. I just hope I'm just going to grow and help others in the future as well. I would like to go into commercial and industrial, like whereby I will wash PPEs. I would like more mentorship and funding,
I'd like to add that they have to extend the program to other people even more. More people need the skills. It's skills that are lacking in the community, where people lack self-esteem, where people lack attacking situations, where there's no more jobs, but when we acquire that skill, you are able to actually start your own business. You are able to actually have your own opportunity where you can groom people or you can sell something that can bring you an income. In a South Africa that we live in today, nothing is very easy to accumulate. So once you are able to actually create opportunities by yourself, you are able to work and strengthen yourself. So these programs are needed in the community where people are able to develop themselves, create their self-esteems, awarenesses about the program. Everything that has to do with a young person that has a difficult time in reaching things outside.
Should there be another opportunity for Thungela to come through with such a program, they really should. It helps young people.
This is Paula, west of Emalahleni, with a population of more than 40,000. It is here that a small-scale hydroponic vegetable project was established and supported by Thungela in 2019. It is situated in the grounds of Mabande Comprehensive School. The project is spearheaded by Damaris Nchabeleng, an educator at the school.
So far, we got motivation from Thungela. They assisted us with fence, irrigations. They also workshopped us on how to do gardening, because at first we were doing without being trained. So we got assisted by Thungela up to this far. They gave us cabbage, beetroot, green peppers, carrots and spinach. So the project was so good in such a way that we were selling to the community, we were feeding our learners and also giving to vulnerable learners.
The profitable spinach crop that was recently harvested and benefited the community of Paula was a crop which surprised Damaris and surpassed all expectations.
Whoa. Words cannot even describe how it was. It was well nourished. I don't know what to say, but we had a very good spinach and people were flocking to come and buy. Some were flocking just to come and see, just to come and have the view. We sold spinach for plus minus 11,000 within 3 months.
Another project undertaken by Thungela is the layout and landscaping of a cemetery for the community of Sikululiwe.
We as this local community of 17, we don't have a place to bury our loved ones around here. We had to travel long distances, which is 40 kilometers away to Middelburg to bury our loved ones. We had to hire buses when someone is passed on to transport fellow mourners to Nazareth or Middelburg. So now Mafubo has intervened in that manner by building a cemetery, a very big cemetery. We are told it can last for almost 50 years. We are anticipating that it is going to start operating in around March this year. But it's one project that is highly appreciated by this community.
As Eleanor Roosevelt once said, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. The reality is realizing those dreams.